The summer games are off and running, and this weekend some American athletes made history. So for the first time ever, Team USA took gold in fencing, taekwondo, and 10-meter air rifle. And swimmer Chase Kalitz won Team USA's first medal of the games on Sunday, a gold nonetheless. But all eyes were on the women's gymnastics team. They stumbled into second place in the qualifying rounds behind Russia. It's the first time the women's team failed to finish first in the qualifying rounds in 11 years. So afterwards, Simone Biles posted this selfie on Instagram, writing, quote, "I truly do feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders at times. I know I brush it off and make it seem like the pressure doesn't affect me, but damn, sometimes it's hard. The Olympics is no joke," end quote. Woo! Do you think, Erica, that the media, the fans, maybe not even having people in the stands, all that is just adding up? What do you make of her quote?
Yeah, I think that we forget that these people are humans no matter what their GOAT status is. You think about Michael Phelps and all of the issues that he had, not only while he was competing, but after. A lot of mental health issues are weighed upon athletes and people in these positions, and I think that we need to better prepare our young athletes for this journey, because when it ends, it feels like it ends so abruptly that everything that you've ever worked for in your entire life, and I'm sure you can speak to this, Sam, but when we experienced this with my brother in football, that was a family trauma, so to speak. And I know some people might not understand that, but when you give these kids, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in contracts, and then you take it away the next day, it's very traumatizing to the psyche. So I think this is just something we need to better prepare our kids for.
I think the greatest people in the world put that pressure on themselves, right? You don't put a GOAT on your uniform and not expect any pressure. So she puts a lot of that pressure on herself. Michael Jordan did the same thing. You almost take out what social media has to say at that level, because it's not just physicality, it's a mental thing. When you're that, when you're the greatest of greats, it's a mental thing. Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Simone Biles, Tiger Woods, it becomes a mental game. So what you write to Simone Biles on social media isn't affecting her. It's what she sees in the mirror, and that she wants greatness from herself.
Yeah, I mean, there's something we need to consider here, and this is going to sound crazy at first, is that these people are on the greatest drug that human beings could ever be on. No matter what drug you think you can buy, you can never buy the feeling of 100,000 people chanting Erica in a stadium. How do you get that back? How do you get that high back? What do you do? And you're 19, you're 23, and you're considered washed up. So now you have the rest of your life to figure out what to do with it. After you set this huge goal, you achieved it, and now it's like, what do you do with a gold medal in skating?
I don't know if you can ever, I mean, Eric, you said we need to prepare them better. Of course we do. I don't know if you can ever be prepared for that, because not only do you have your own ego, right, that's driven, and you're going to be your own worst critic. When you're at that level, there's a reason why you're at that level. It's because you keep pushing yourself. But to your point, Erica, your identity is wrapped up in it. And it's not just your identity. It's all the practices your mom and dad, or your mom and whatever, your parents took you when you were a young kid. It's your coach who dedicated all of their time to you. So not only do you feel the weight of the world, you feel the weight of your support team. And so when you do quit, or when the Olympics is over, you're like, who am I? Who am I to my mom? Did you go through this? Oh yeah, my mom saved all my poetry.
Oh, we need that.
I sent my mom poems at UCLA. I was so depressed when I quit swimming. I lost my scholarship when I quit, because I was there because of that scholarship. And I remember just not knowing who I was anymore. And I remember feeling like I disappointed my mom, my coach, everybody. And I just felt like that I was a failure. But I knew that I could not keep swimming because I was done. I was done. But yeah, it's to Michael Phelps's point. Like, he says 80%, if you ever watch his documentary, he estimates that 80% of the athletes that he's ever known went through really deep, dark depression after the Olympics, or when they did leave their sport.